Ladies and gents, what is going on? Hey, Tony Berardo here. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Berardo Podcast. I have missed you guys. It's been a couple weeks. I apologize. Thanks for sticking this out with me. Obviously, the whole pandemic COVID thing is still kind of running amok, but things are starting to get a little bit better, which is good. And the wife and I are actually in the process of potentially buying house number tres. That's 3 for the non-Spanish speaking folks. So we're pretty excited about that, but more to come on that. There's a lot of moving parts obviously involved buying another home, but it's a good time to buy a home right now. So maybe I'll do a podcast on that because interest rates are pretty low and it's a good investment. But that said, that's not what we're going to talk about today. Today is going to be a fun episode. I can't wait to chat with this guy. I've had him on before. He's a really good dude. I obviously know him through some of the events that I've done with work. So he's a worldwide B-boy. He's the CEO of CatchWrek Inc. And just overall really good dude, super inspiring, very influential in the breakdancing community. But he's going to take some time today and chat with us a little bit about how he got his start, and potentially maybe we all can learn something. Even if you don't know a lot about breakdancing, that's okay. We talk a lot about creating a brand, and we even touch base a little bit on what he's doing right now during this pandemic. So overall, it's a really good conversation. But great guy. Definitely follow him. I'll leave his links in the description below. But before we get into today's episode, again, we got a lot going on. I do want to thank our friends over at Superfat. So, ladies and gents, I don't think you understand how great Superfat is. If you haven't tried them already, this stuff is out of control. If you're like me and you like peanut butter, unfortunately, with peanut butters are not good fats. So what they've done over at Superfat is they've actually created nut butter that has good fats. Your macadamia nuts, your almond nuts, all the things you hear about nuts, they actually put together a bunch of different flavors. They got over 4 flavors of nut butter. Cacao coconut is one of my favorite as well. They even have a coffee and MCT one. So they've revolutionized, I think personally, the way that people should be intaking nut butter. These little pouches that they're TSA approved, so you could take them anywhere. But what's even cool about it is it gives you the right amount of nut butter that you should be intaking. So for me, I always put a spoon in a jug of peanut butter and just friggin' go to town with it. This is not the way to do it. So Superfat created these little pouches that you can actually just take anywhere with you. And I used to travel a lot, obviously, so I don't do that much anymore. But Superfat is definitely a huge part of my diet. And they even have these new keto cookie bites that are really, really good. Perfect little snack, and obviously they're keto friendly, they're grain free. I recommend you check them out. Go to superfat.com. You can use the code Berardo10 and you're going to get a discount on the whole cart. So that includes the keto cookie bites and nut butter. So again, thanks Superfat for that. We appreciate you. That brings me to the exciting part of the episode. You don't want to hear me talk the whole time. Let's go ahead and bring in the man, the myth, the legend, the worldwide phenomenon, Monster Energy athlete and CEO of CatchWrek Inc. Everyone, please help me welcome Gravity.
It's funny, the way you tell the story and everything.
Funny how?
Come here though. Yeah, he's crazy, see? Who are you?
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Are you ready?
What's going on, bud?
Nothing right now in Houston, Texas, at the Breakfree headquarters.
Dude, so I kind of saw a little bit about what was going on. We'll get into that in a sec for sure. Big things, dude. I can't wait to hear about it. Just so people understand, because what's really fascinated me about what you, Moy, and all the guys, what they do is not just I personally think kind of gave the breakdancing community a defibrillator over these last few years, and it's definitely continuously growing, which is exciting. And so I kind of want to get your opinion on that. But for people that don't know, what's your background a little bit? What got you into breakdancing, and where you at now?
Yeah, so my name is Miguel Rosario. I'm from New York City, born and raised. But I did gymnastics my whole life. That was like my competitive world. That is where my profession lied throughout my life up until I was about 16, 17 years old. When I found breaking, it was introduced to me by these two guys. They wanted to learn how to flip. I wanted to learn how to break. It was like a trade-off. Bam, there you have it. I went to my first jam, got toasted. Like, it was like crazy, but it was an experience that I will never forget. That experience is why I am where I am today. And so, 15, 16 years now breaking, and kind of lose track after some time, but just finding some professionalism within myself after traveling a few years. Actually, Moy is the one who we briefly spoke about it one time in Miami, and then we kept talking about it, and he presented an opportunity to be a part of Monster Energy. And it was just, honestly, it was a program that was new. It was just getting started. He had been working on this for a while, and he asked me to trust him, and I did. And over the years, we built a team, took numerous worldwide, national and worldwide championships together. And Moy for years has been the kind of like the headstrong, straight up, like, that's the guy in the front, paving the way. And here we are with him doing the best we can. And now 2020, it's funny you say, like, we're kind of like the defibrillator in a way. Like, it's funny you say that, because I've always felt like breaking has never really stopped, but mainstream wise, it did start to grow over the last, 10 years maybe. But then now what we are doing here with Breakfree Worldwide and all of the hip hop schools that are starting to spread throughout the nation, I think that you're right. It is going in a really different way. It actually, instead of saying like that are bringing it back to life, I think we're bringing life to something that actually never quite existed. And the reason why I say that is because breaking was always so street, and it was more of an outlet for underprivileged people.
Sure.
In general.
Wasn't so mainstream.
Yeah,
right.
And now that it's not even about the mainstream, it's just about the platform that is now created. It's like now when you look at breakdancing, it's not like, oh, look at this street kid, Now it's like, oh, you breakdance, yeah. Oh, you're a professional athlete. Oh, yeah. Oh, you have a career. Oh, yeah. Wow. It's through this, yeah. Oh, wow. You can. My kid can do this, yeah. Oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like this is new. This is not brought back to life. What we are doing, I think, is new. And so that's the exciting thing about what we have going on. So right now, my life is, focused on building what is already currently happening with Breakfree, along with being a professional athlete and trying to provide not just careers for the community, but also a future for young athletes to succeed and potentially become, even more successful than we are aiming to be.
Yeah, dude. No, I mean, that's a great synopsis on where it's been. And, I think you got a good point there, because it's always been around. It's probably one of the oldest, I would say, like, street professions.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, and you think social media obviously was a huge part of that, of bringing this profession to life. And because I kind of relate a lot of it to like gaming. There's a lot of gamers out there, and video games have always been around, right? For 50 plus years, and games in general have, but now because of social media and the ability to stream and all that, now you can actually be an athlete and game. And I see a lot of that happening, for the past like 5-6 years with breaking, where, I love what you guys are doing with all the schools, and I definitely want to get more into that, because I think it's great just to educate the, our community, and it gets people thinking a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Too, which I love about, it's not, it used to be you have to be a doctor or a lawyer, or, there was only like those 6 or 7 professions that our parents wanted us to go into, but now you got breaking, now you got gaming, now you got, creating a YouTube channel. I mean, there's just a bunch of facets. So you think social media was a big part of growing this industry?
I think that social media became a powerful asset to everybody, honestly, that had a dream, right? Because it's really proof of concept. That's what social media is. Yeah. So if you have a small platform, and you start showcasing your concept on your small platform, and then your platform grows. You prove that your concept works. You prove that what you're doing is attractive. And then not only that, but you show companies that, it's worth the investment. Like for instance, we can use Monster Energy as an example. They have a goal. Their goal is to sell Monster Energy cans. That's what they are, an energy drink, but they're also a lifestyle brand. So they want to attach themselves not just to somebody who can help them sell cans, but attach themselves to somebody that can relate to the brand and what the brand represents. And so that goes for numerous different companies. Every company has their different MO, and so it just really depends on what you're into. And I do believe that social media has changed the game for us, right? Without social media, there's no real way to see, or scout talent, So for instance, I had this really interesting conversation with one of my teammates today, and we were talking about how a lot of the older B-boys are not truly impressed with the younger guys today. I mean, there's some dope things that are happening, and of course some of these kids are incredible. It's incredible to see kids like this, but a lot of them are not too impressed with a lot of the big moves because they did it already, and the only difference is that it wasn't documented. You know what I'm saying? So I think that the opportunity, it's evolving. Everything is evolving, right? I just watched a video on YouTube, which is to me considered social media as well, because it has that ability to comment and respond and message. But it was a video that I came across, and it was a 13-year-old kid who built a Tesla tower in his basement.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's crazy,
That's
dude.
insane. But he was able to do that by resources online. He was able to be recognized through these social platforms and through YouTube. And so this is a perfect example of why I think we are where we are today. It's a great selling point for the community to be able to see worldwide. So I think it's just not only is it a good platform to see some cool things, but it's a real place. It's a place to showcase yourself and test your concept.
For sure, no doubt. No, well put. And for what you guys are doing at Breakfree, so let's give a quick little background on Breakfree, because again, I love what Moy's been able to do, and I hear. So what now? Are you a part of Breakfree? Yeah. What's the deal? Can you reveal some stuff, or what's going on there?
Yeah. So Moy and his team, they have a really strong team. I mean, just think about having a super team. They have one, right? And they had a concept of growing the business, right? Not one location, but multiple locations. And
this is just so people know, so it's a company where they could teach and train.
And so let me explain. So Breakfree is a hip hop school. And the elements of hip hop. So like they have breaking, they have graffiti, they have DJing, MCing, and then all style classes. And so it's to build personal self-style development. Like that's the goal to do, not just for kids, but for adults. And I think actually through the pandemic, having online classes allowed adults to take classes. You know what I'm saying?
And try some stuff out maybe that they wouldn't be able to, right?
Yeah, right. Because I thought, you come in, there's a bunch of kids there. You want to jump into class with kids, but if you're home and you get online, it don't matter what age you are, right? So it's pretty interesting to see that. But Moy had asked me if I was willing, because I had a facility out in Phoenix, and he asked me if I was willing to convert my studio into a Breakfree Phoenix hip hop school. And after some talking, some understanding of what the company is, and because I know through Moy the little things about Breakfree, like it's a hip hop school, they have kid classes, all that stuff, but that's great. That was like the initial vision understanding. It wasn't until Moy truly explained the vision that he had long term that brought me that I was agreed to be on board. And so Breakfree I already work with Breakfree. Obviously, when we do events with you at Monster, we all represent each other, trying to just spread the knowledge of hip hop, and just that we're here and breaking, but then opening up a school in Phoenix, which we open up October 1st. We already have some inquiries. We already signed some students up, and
awesome,
and it's just the very beginning of like a positive, I guess, like it's gonna spread like wildfire, right? And so it's just a positive way of infiltrating like every market we can to provide something that no one else can. You know, people have tried, you know, but there's no place that you can go to get everything, all the assets,
Right.
all the aspects of hip hop. And so, you know, it's also providing like a career for myself, right? So a lot of people may ask, like, man, so breakdancing, huh? And it's like, yeah. And it's like, well, what happens when you can't breakdance anymore? Like, you can't do it forever at the highest level. What now? And it's like, well, I have a career in, you know, I'm a branch manager in Phoenix for, you know, hip hop school. And they're like, well, what's this hip hop school? I'm like, well, we're at 5 locations already. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like never ending. And it's funny because he asked me if I wanted to do a hip hop school in Phoenix, and I said yes, but I said the catch is I want 5 hip hop schools in Phoenix, and then after Phoenix I want to go to Vegas, after Vegas, Mexico, then New Mexico, then Cali. So like the mindset of our team is no small mindset. You know what I'm saying? Very big picture, but we also understand the steps it takes and the hard work, and so it's really about not doing it by yourself, right? I could have been here trying to push a studio by myself, trying to figure out, you know, how to make it work, or I can work with my team and who has a team, and we build together. Why not?
Big, dude. Well, hey, man, congrats on the big moves, man. That's strong. That's strong. I'm just
kind of crazy, dude. Like when I think about it, it's fucking crazy, you know?
Well, bro, here people are, you know, in the middle of pandemic, and they don't know what to do with themselves, and y'all are just open up locations. I mean, it's exciting, man.
Yeah, you know what I think it's like I gotta take my hat off to like the breaking in general, right? Like in breaking, you're just really taught to adapt, and if you stick to your roots, I think no matter what you do, you'll take that aspect of adaptation, you know, with you. You know what I'm saying? So like it just like, and you know, it's crazy. Yeah, you know, like once the pandemic hit, I thought to myself, like anybody else, like, dang, there's no more jams, there's no more competitions, there's no more events with Monster. There's what do you do? How do you stay relevant, you know? Mm-hmm. And then it was just so many different things that we were able to do and that the team was able to do and Breakfree was able to do. They just started doing things that nobody else thought was possible, and then they succeeded at it, and now it's just like, yo, bro, like this is what it's about, you know? And so I think the pandemic, for some people, if you sit back and you just kind of wait for some shit to happen, most likely you probably already missed the bus.
No doubt. No, for sure, man. And I think, you know, that just doesn't apply to hip hop. I mean, it's that discipline and the hard work and, you know, what I like to call it, I don't even know if it's a real word, but when I owned my own company back in the day, before I worked for Monster and before I was in the beverage industry, I used to use this word called stickativity. And I don't even know if that's a real word, but I used to use it back in the day. And, you know, I didn't think that I was that entrepreneur spirit because of being a CEO. I think it all came down to the athletics that I was in. You know, I was on football team, which, as you can imagine, you've seen me in person. I was like the third string. That was not my forte, okay? But but my big passion back in the day in high school was wrestling. And, you know, very similar to breaking, you know, it's not just the discipline, but it's the hard work, and it's that sense of brotherhood. And I think that's what Breakfree has that maybe other companies don't, which it's that sense of community, and that's what I think, to your point, has had you guys survive during this pandemic, is because you have that stickativity. You have that, it doesn't matter. It's, you know, COVID could happen, World War III could happen. We're still going to do what we got to do because we got to do what we got to do. You know, it's like when you're out on the dance floor and something happens, you screw up, you don't walk off, right?
Yeah, right. You gotta adapt it. Like, you know, I think everybody here knows, like you said, like you still gotta move forward, you know. And there's so much at risk, you know. There's just so much at stake. Everybody here has families and kids, and dreams and ambitions. You can't let something. You know, there's other companies that are still doing it.
For sure.
You know, why aren't we? And so that's how we look at it, you know. And
love it.
It's just been crazy, man, but it's been epic, you know. Like I gotta say, man, I'm grateful. I'm happy to have this team, and you know, just in general, I think I've loved my mindset. Like I really do. Like I'm like, yeah. doing all right. You know what I'm saying? Like mentally for this. You know, like,
Sure.
and then even like yourself, you know, like I see you doing your thing, man, and you're just pushing content, and it's like that's that level of consistency that we need, that anybody needs to really like accomplish a dream, and a dream can be as simple as being consistent.
Nice.
You know?
Facts. I like that. Yeah, you're right, dude. Because I appreciate that shout out. Yeah, it's this pandemic's definitely taught me a lot of things, and I think self reflection is one thing. It really made me realize, and I talked to a lot of my friends that aren't really there yet for some weird reason, where they're letting this stuff kind of drag them down, and now's the time where they're not reading, they're not consuming good content, they're spending time worrying about political views and negative ideologies, and if that's how you want to do your thing, that's cool. But I look at it like there's so much negative going on right now in the world. What you surround yourself with and what you consume on a daily basis, it's got to be positive, man. Because I like what you said about your mentality. Mental health is, I think, one thing that people are struggling with right now.
Of course.
Because of course it's tough to go to the gym naturally. So physically, people are getting challenged and kind of getting their ass kicked a little bit. I know I was for a while until I kind of got my shit together and got a home gym. But mentally, I mean, how do you stay focused? I mean, me personally, I read, I try to do what I can to think outside the box. But is there anything that maybe you do in particular that keeps you mentally focused and energized?
Bro, like I'll be honest. I think what really keeps me mentally focused is that it's not just me that's at, like, it's not like if I slack, it affects a lot more than just me, and not just the people at home, but my team that relies on me to perform. Like nothing is free, and everything that we do is an investment, whether it's financially, whether it's, time, like whether it's like what we learn, it's all an investment, and there's just a lot at risk, and so, like, for instance, I struggle, like my girl, she, like my fiance, she works from home, but she's home with the kids and they're not at school, and I'm trying to make shit work and try to figure out how we're going to do this. And then I had like 4 family members pass, and then from COVID, and then today I just found that I have 2 more that passed today. And it's like, okay, like I hear it happened, but am I gonna like stop and cry, or am I just gonna be like, look, man, I got a legacy like to build for my family, and I gotta do for the people that are still here. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And although it hurts, and although I try to keep a face and smile, or just keep my head focused, I think what really keeps me going is that there's a lot at stake right now still. Whether people are gone today or tomorrow, there's still so much at stake for the people that are here. So it's like, I think that's just my drive, is looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah, looking more ahead, not necessarily what's going on in the present.
Yeah.
Because I know this pandemic, again, has taught me to self-reflect. And I used to always, because they always tell you, they're like, today's a present, today's a gift. And it is 100%. But if you sometimes, just like if you focus on the past, if you focus too much on the present and live for the moment, and, those guys that like to YOLO and go out drinking with the buddies and, spend every dollar they have just because, hey, I could get hit by a truck tomorrow. There is kind of some truth to that, but you got to find as I get older, and as I was stuck in this pandemic and trying to figure out what to do with my future, because obviously we'll get into my work for a little bit, but I've really realized that the future is the one thing you should be focused on a daily basis, not so much what's going on today, because
like absolutely, like there's so many things that I've changed. Like I realized, like, like on Saturdays when people are out partying, I'm actually working until 11, 12 o'clock at night. Like there's things that I can be doing, that it's really about what's worth it for you. I'm not saying that I enjoy a beer every so often, or not saying I don't barbecue, but it's who I do these things with that's important to me. So it's like, instead of me going out and partying, I'd rather go hang out with my kids and chill. Like it's just time that's more valuable. Like, I'm still going to use up the time in a good way. It's just
sure
where I value that time at.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it is what are you doing with your time? That's the key. And now some of us have more time than we know what to do with, you know, and
Yeah, I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, yo, I blink. I got to Houston. On Sunday. I blink and I leave to the airport in a couple hours.
Jesus.
I don't even know where the time went, you know. And so,
That's wicked,
like,
man.
I realized, like, man, like how I told you, like we were gonna come on at 4 o'clock your time, and then I was like, man, it's not enough time in a day right now. Like that's what I feel like, you know. And so it's like I realized earlier in the week that I was like, man, waking up at 7 a.m. is just not gonna cut it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not gonna cut it.
Yeah, dude, there's definitely not enough. Like if you're up, you know, at 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. and you're done with work at 5 o'clock and you start kind of winding, that's just not enough time to get shit done. Like you gotta,
hell no.
you know, I'm on a mental clock now where I get up at 6 o'clock, and if I either get my workout in the morning or I start, you know, doing some work. But, you know, even with work now, you know, because we haven't, for 2020, we've been told not to do any events, right? So I'm trying to get a little bit more creative and do some digital stuff with work and innovate a little bit on how I can bring events to Florida without the massive events that we've done. So I even talked to Jose today, and we're going to do a couple things too. I know he's working on a couple wicked promotions. You hear about that Mexico thing he's doing?
No, I didn't, man. Honestly, like I haven't heard too much from Monster just because like the goal is to train and to like like we've just been busy. Like our goal right now is to just
buckle down
keep
and
our head down, work. Yeah, and when the time calls, we're there, we're ready. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
I love it.
I think that's what all the athletes are doing right now. Like I keep in touch with a lot of the athletes, and I think that's everybody's goal is to like come back 10 times stronger. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what did you do during the pandemic? Monster athletes came back 1,000 times stronger. You know, like we got a reputation to uphold, baby. You know what I'm saying? So,
my man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what our team is about, and that's it. The team includes you as well. Like if you really think about it, you're doing exactly what the athletes are doing. You're staying on point. Like we've got time for no other thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why we are and who we are.
That's it, man. Yeah, I ain't got time for that noise. My wife, can't stand me. You know, can't stand me sometimes. Like even, like even today, she had to step aside because I've done 2 podcasts already today. Just because I got off work, so I was like,
let's go.
I can't go out. I can't hang out with friends. I can't go see my family. You know, I might as well work. You know?
Yeah, man. Tell her I said hello too. You know, it's good to see you guys together, and you guys just like it's always a good time. You know, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, we definitely miss hanging with you guys for sure.
Fair, bro.
Yeah, we're actually in the process. We're about to buy house number 3.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So we're probably gonna close on that next month. We're still waiting on a couple things to line up, and then we rent out our other properties. But man, that's that side hustle, trying to get it. So, dude, listen, I know you got a flight in a little bit. I don't want to keep you too long.
Yeah, man. I'm actually still here at the headquarters. We have some paperwork to fill out and just kind of like get ready because once I go back, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Once I go back to AZ, that's it, you know. But I got to say, man, like I appreciate you coming on, you know, and if you know anybody that wants to sign up, you know, or has kids, we have online classes. It doesn't really matter where you are because we're after even though like the pandemic stuff is like things are starting to open up. Online is
still keep doing virtual.
Yeah. No, not for a little bit. We're gonna keep it because why not? Like if it worked during a pandemic, it can work through real times as well. So although you may not be in Kansas City or the locations that we have, which is Kansas City, Houston, Texas, and Phoenix, Arizona, you may not be there, but you still have access to, you know, top level instructors and coaches and mentors and leaders and all these aspects of art form. So, you know, like, you know, it'd be nice to just keep spreading the word and, you know, maybe you never know, like Breakfree coming to a, you know, city near you type deal, you know, so.
Bro, you better make Florida next, bro. Forget about Cali and Mexico, man. You better come to Florida next. That's the goal.
That'd be a good time, man. So, you know, I love it, dude. I appreciate the support, man. And it just like, it goes to show like how supportive just the Monster Energy family is. And that's like one of the things that I love most, you know, like I feel like that's what really separates us from any other brand, is our core like family strength. And it's just like, you know, somebody's always got your back for Monster. And I think that's really dope, man. So I appreciate you me on. And, you know, this is actually I think the second time we've done this.
Yeah,
and
bro.
I would love to do it again, man. And we can actually do an episode where we talk about CatchWrek and then even so some of the things that you're doing. Because I remember we talked about doing Art Basel again and having the CatchWrek booth there before the pandemic, and we were talking about sneakers and all this crazy stuff that we were going to do. So I know that, you know, there's so much more that we can do. We can always keep in touch about it, man. But whenever you want to come out to Phoenix, you know what I'm saying, let me know. And maybe actually I would love to get you on my podcast, and let's just keep switching it up and, you know, just keep updated with each other, man. That consistency is everything, you know? That's
it, bro. That's it. Yeah, constant collaboration, man. And, you know, I love what you guys are doing over there, and, you know, I'm loving your content too. So let's definitely keep it going. So before I let you go, give where can people go if they want to enroll in a Breakfree at the locations? Then, of course, give your shout out to your social and your YouTube channel, podcast, all that jazz too.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Well, my name is BBoy Gravity, and you can find me on Instagram at gravity_official. We just started our Breakfree Phoenix page on Instagram as well, but you guys can always check out what we do worldwide on breakfreeworldwide.com or breakfreeworldwide.com is like our website, but that's the same thing on Instagram as Breakfree Worldwide, and then Breakfree Houston. Honestly, Breakfree anything is where you'll be able to find us, to be honest, right? And if anybody has questions, feel free to email me at gravity@Breakfree Worldwide. I'd love to give anybody information about some of our online classes, our championship program, and just like what it means to be involved with our mentorship. So, I mean, man, come on.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, baby. All right, bro. Thank you so much for bringing me on, and let's do this again.
Absolutely, Grav. It's a pleasure, man. Travel safe back, brother.
You're the man, bro. And congrats on your houses, dog.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Congrats when I get to 5. I'll stop at 5. I'm only at 3.
Oh, we're going to pop a bottle when I get to 1, though. Come on, later.
Man, let's do it.
Peace.
Peace, buddy. All right, so again, that was my man, Gravity. Again, Gravity, thanks. Thanks for the love, man. Thanks for the time today. That was a good time. But if you didn't hear him already, I'll leave all the links in the description below. To Gravity and to Breakfree Worldwide, so you can learn a little bit more about you know, his company CatchWrek, and obviously what he's doing over in Arizona with Breakfree. So overall, great conversation. I really enjoyed talking to him. If you guys can, and if you haven't already, do me a favor. If you like this podcast, if you liked any podcast, leave a review. All you got to do is go to whatever app you listen to podcasts, whether it's Apple, Google, Spotify. Leave a review. That way it'll kind of help me continue to grow my podcast. But I appreciate everybody listening, and until next time, we will see you on the next episode. Peace.